Excellent, so it seems to work. So we're here in Germany, the country of the beautiful people and the very precise people. And we're here with Dr. Chapulin, or what's your name? Chapulin, and we were talking about a very important thing. We're talking about social attitudes of people towards belting, and by belting we mean taking your belt off and just hitting somebody with the belt.
Yeah, we would like to know what's the reaction of people. We wouldn't do it, you know. We won't do it.
Maybe, unless they are really annoying, we wouldn't belt them.
But Nick knows a lot about culture. He's an anthropologist.
Yeah.
And he's explaining me how Germans would react to belting.
Yeah, basically we were just thinking about the fact how a German person would react, like a German pensioner, let's say, if you would take your belt off and you would just start hitting the German pensioner with your belt, just slash the belt around him, and you know, for just no apparent reason. I mean, maybe just because he annoys you, or you know, you're in a debate with him and it gets a bit too
because
heated.
you just want to belt them.
Exactly. So I'm saying that Germans wouldn't understand why you're belting them, and they would feel extremely offended. A German would feel very disrespected if you were belting, because you know, it would be like, oh, I'm German, you can't belt me.
In terms of, you know, like when I compare these belting with other cultures, you know, like we thought as well about belting Mexicans.
Oh well, and if you belt a Mexican,
which is probably a completely different thing, you know, like every culture responds differently to belting. According to our research, yeah. You know, Mexicans would probably understand it differently, and they would think we are doing it for a reason, and then they would ask us if they were doing something wrong that deserved belt.
Like a Mexican would immediately understand that he did something wrong. That's the first thing. I mean, if it's an intelligent Mexican, he would immediately ask you what he did wrong. Like, you know, what he can do, so you stop belting him.
Yeah.
He would make an adjustment to his wrong behavior. A stupid Mexican would just, you know, you would have to belt him just more.
I mean, he would probably make you feel like belting him again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah.
And then we thought, you know, what an Italian would do, you know?
An Italian would just get his belt off and he would just fucking belt you back, you know? He would probably just like
fight back.
He would definitely. If he has a belt, he would use the belt.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
I agree with the Italian way of responding to belting. It's probably more. I like it better than the German attitude, you know, because the German is just like, oh, they get angry, you know, no, don't belt me because I'm so proud, you know, I don't deserve belting, you know, but.
They're gonna call the police. I mean, that's what happens.
They call the police. You know, not a manly reaction. But the Italian, I love. You know, that's fantastic. And I was wondering what the reaction of you know, the reaction of an American would be. Or they would shoot you.
An American would shoot you.
They would shoot you.
And he would just get out his Colt or some fucking pistol he has, and he would just put a couple of rounds into you, and that's the end of you belting.
That's no more belting in your life. You don't do belting anymore in America. No more belting in America.
No. But America was a great place for belting. I mean, I think back in the days the Americans would belt like crazy. They would belt their kids, they would belt their wives, their dogs, they would belt anything, horses. So how does a Colombian respond to belting?
Colombian response to belting may vary, but probably just the same as in America.
Yeah, you would get shot.
Shoot you, yeah. Shoot you. and maybe
would it do a
would,
line of
they
cocaine
would
before
torture
it,
you. Yeah, they would torture you. They would do some coke.
Yeah.
No, they would probably take you and tie you up to a fucking tree. You know, they would find you. I mean, they would let you go. You know, just belt me. You know, but they would go find you with an army of people, and they would probably torture you. You know, they will take revenge badly. They would take it really seriously. After they kill you, they would go after your family. You have to think twice before belting a Colombian. Yeah, belting is really disrespectful. I'll take it really serious.
It is fucking disrespectful. Sorry for swearing, but it is very disrespectful. What's the best type of belt to use
in a belt?
belting?
A leather belt.
Yeah.
A thick leather belt, you know, like heavy leather.
Spa! Pa!
Yeah. Like have it sound like, and then belt. But let's carry on. What if you belt a Swedish person?
Oh god, they would be like extremely. I mean, they would feel probably even more than a German.
Really?
Yeah. They would feel disrespected even more than a German. I mean, you know, it's like a very non-violent race, Swedish people. You mean they have like death metal, and they have like, I don't know, meatballs from IKEA. But I mean, you know, they seriously, if you belt a Swedish person, they would be like, it would be like psychology therapy for them for like
they would have to go to the psychiatrist. You know, for the rest of their lives.
The rest of their lives.
How belting can be so describing of a culture, right? Like if you belt, for example, a Brazilian person,
they would dance. I mean, if you belt a Brazilian guy,
they would just keep the belt. Like they wouldn't let you belt.
No, they wouldn't be. No,
you know, they would just like move quick enough so they don't get belted, and they'll be happy. They'll dance a little bit, you know. Oh, yeah.
Brazilians, you can't belt any Brazilians. I mean, you can try. I mean,
yeah, but it's not possible. They move too fast. They wouldn't. I like that about Brazilians, you know, they wouldn't let you belt them.
What happens if you belt a Russian guy?
Damn, that's fucking, you know, they'll probably send you to a prison in they will catch you, definitely. They will send you to Siberia and
do you think they would
feed you with dog meat?
Siberia. They would probably feed you to dogs.
Probably. First they will feed you with dog meat so they can feed the dogs with you.
But they feed you with dog meat and then they feed you to the dogs. I mean, imagine what a treat that would be for the dog.
Yeah, a perfect treat for a dog. A human that's been fed with dog meat.
But you know what they would have to do to you before they feed you to the dogs? They would have to belt you. They belt you until you're tender. They would belt you until you're dead. I mean, they will belt you to death, and then they will give you, they will feed the dogs with you. That's what a Russian. Yeah, but you don't mess with Russians.
You don't mess with
no, you don't mess with Russians.
Look at Putin. I mean, would you mess with you?
No, I think Putin is a belter. I mean,
Putin belts everybody around him, right?
Do you think he belts people in Parliament?
Yeah, of course. That's the way he rules. You know, he directs everybody with a belt, like,
bro,
you didn't do it right, bah, belting, you know. Where do you think people use belting the most
for like for adjusting social problems?
Yeah, for educating people.
for social education. I think Russia is probably like a place where they belt a lot. Like, you know, like South America, it's like pretty belty as well. You know, they like, you know, it's like kind of, you know, it's where it comes from. Where do you think belting was invented?
I think belting probably Germany. Germans are like, even though they seem to be so civilized, there was a time when they were not. You know? Yeah, they created that, you know, it's a very disciplined society. They were obsessed with that, and, you know, belt was the best way to show that, you know, to create discipline, you know, among young people, you know, like if you were old and you wanted to discipline your teenage kid, you use your belt. I'm short, you know.
Have you ever been belted?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. And your dad?
My father belted me, of course.
But you're a good man now. I mean, you know, you're not.
You know, belting is not that bad. You know, like you can always teach people something with belting.
I mean, you now you are a good guy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like,
I think it's because of the belting. You know, it taught me
helped you.
something. It helped it.
I think I was belted. Yeah, I think so. Which didn't help
Was it
a
that
lot.
bad?
No, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was like okay.
The watermelon.
What the fuck have you done, watermelon?
It's your fucking
Mallet.
Fuck you.
yeah.
This is all my watermelon.